Let's dive into this one. Only on Wrecker's Yard. Man, this is an awful map for survivors, unfortunately. It's not terrible for them as far as playing versus an Oni. But since I'm running Monitor Abuse and Infectious Fright, and this map is pretty small, it's going to be pretty tricky for them to get away from me. And this gen, wow, what a terrible gen to start at.
People on there. Out-positioned. Waits time while I'm out-positioned, but he's pretty much going to get a free hit.
The Discordance gives us the chase start immediately, which means we get to get blood off this Jake, and then we switch over to the survivor who's on the gen. We know they're on the gen because the gen was sparking.
Very good start for Ona.
And we come over here and we hit them, and we get another lot of blood off them. So just like that, we've got ourselves 2 hits off the bat, and all we have to do is follow this Claudette for a tiny little bit, and we'll have full blood. And there's a survivor on the gen to our right.
Very lucky that no loops were near the first gen that we all spawned at, and he walked straight to it.
So we'll just wait for one more blood orb, which happens now. Go into our power and come to the survivors on this gen here. The reason we switch to a full health survivor is so that we can get as many survivors injured as possible, as quickly as possible. So just like that, we down 1 survivor. I can pick her up because I'm not getting any blood off the survivors when they're full health. We get the hook on them. We hear the Discordance on the gen far, and we come over to this area over here where there should be some blood on the floor where the Jake healed. Should be enough to get us to our next level of play. A little bit more blood over here, I thought. Did I see blood? Yeah, I did. So this is the Claudette. So I could chase the injured Claudette, or I could go like this, go into my power, and cut these 2 survivors on the back corner here. They should be crossing into my view. There's scratch marks. Big right, I'm left. Hit the survivor. Hit the Infectious Fright Scream. I think there's a survivor back here somewhere. Look for the scratch marks. Strong at the window. Hit the survivor through the window.
Defeated him. He got the infectious on there.
3 survivors incapacitated right now. 2 on the floor, 1 on the hook. There's blood all over the floor as well, which is huge.
He got his power insanely quick because everyone were out positioned.
Get barbecue and chili. We see Claudette going for the rescue, which is fine. We're just going to come for the glory so that she doesn't get off the floor. We'll break a palo as well.
All is scary. It depends. It depends on the positioning.
Now, if I really wanted control on this map, I would be hooking near the basement, but I really don't care too much at this stage in the game. Look for their barbecue auras here, because they might be healing instead of rescuing the Jake.
If he has his power all game, it's going to be quite difficult.
Nope, they're rescuing the Jake. Good. It's the Claudette. Claudette had sprint burst, so we don't have to worry about dead hards here. She came out the other side, so she's not looping this pallet. Let's fade to the right.
Going after her.
And that's her down.
He's going to get his power again. Why didn't she use that pallet?
We can pick up. Jake's got a med kit, so he'll likely heal himself. Whilst ever we're not in our power, we're getting blood on the floor. When the survivors are injured, you can go for uses of your power. It's not the worst decision. But if everyone's injured, you would like to try and get, you know, as much blood out of the survivors as possible, right? One of the problems we do have is that the survivors are splitting up a little bit on gens, which is frustrating. Jake wants to play the T-Wall L-Wall. Not a great place for Oni to use his dash attack at all. And they've moved towards the T-Wall, so that is a smart play. Turn our right around. He slow vaulted the T-Wall. Interesting. Chase has just started. Turn our red light in.
Nice.
Now he goes down. There is a survivor rescuing, but we're just going to hook them again. I'd really like to get 1 survivor out as quickly as possible, but I don't know if this Claudette's going to allow for it. Lots of blood here on the floor. I'm trying to find the survivors on hooks at the moment. Gen's even.
Constant power.
Gen doesn't have any progress. This one back here. No progress. I don't know where they are. Let's go check the gens back in that corner over there. There might be one on that gen there. Yeah, this gen has the survivor on it. Or had, I think.
The guy's constantly in his power. Oh, damn. I have deception.
Jake hops in the locker so we can DS, I guess.
Frick. I wanted to jump in for head on.
There's a window here. That's a shame. We need to start the chase for the war, so we do real quick. Bit of curvature on this. Keeping the survivors at 4 gens with no gen control right now, just through the sheer pressure that Oni gives.
Yeah, he's been 100% in his power like all game. It's kind of rough.
Everyone's healed now, so we don't get any blood. The only way we get blood now is by picking up survivors. See how that gen just triggered another set of discordance? That's because the survivors hopped off it for half a second to heal. We'll leave the Jake alone. He's had a bit of a tricky game this game.
Instant scratch marks.
Lots of blood here. Look at this. Lovely.
Place where we spawned, all 3 of us were on a gen. Completely out of position. And he hasn't been off his ability all game.
So we're going to go like this so that we can get a curve around real quick. Come out of it just to be safe because she has sprint burst. She won't meet the window. Oh, she turned into it. That was really, really lucky. You're not going to get those very often. Get the curve round. Right. First gen done in so long.
That start was insane, yeah. All 3 of us out positioned. Just instant into his ability. If Oni always had that, he'd be a very strong killer, but he doesn't.
We are playing really fair right now. We're spreading the hooks right between the survivors.
Look at that, he went to the right gen as well. I wonder if that was just a guess. Or if he just spawned near the gen, which is completely orangey.
Survivor was here, is here. Do you have sprint burst? You don't, so you're going to take a hit. We'll get our power off this. And we're probably going to use it to pivot to the survivor who's going to make the rescue on the Claudette. Solori. Look for her to come towards. Let's try and down the Claudette as well. Actually, we won't because she has sprint burst. She's going to get away from us. Alright, let's Lori out. I like some blood so I can target... That doesn't really matter who I target at this point. I think that Kate is the only survivor that we've...
Dude, he's like, he's in his power like 100%.
Is that Kate there to my left? It was. Could tell by the moan of pain. She could go through the window here, but it's going to be tricky for her to get away from this. I think she has dead hard. Yeah, she did. Oni actually has a short lunge, so that... I don't know if she knew that, but she actually made a really smart play there. Oni's lunge is shorter when he's in the power, because you can't, if you do a long lunge, you go into the dash instead. So we got Jake at Shack, which wouldn't be a very good chase for us, so we're gonna look for the Claudette instead. There's some blood here to collect as well. Shack is always a bad chase. It's going to be hard to catch a survivor quickly there. Some blood here from the Kate. Is there enough blood to get another power usage? There might actually be. If you can get enough blood to get a power usage without having to attack the survivor, I would recommend
your power or no?
I don't think there is, unfortunately. Let's put the Jake on the map wall. Turning the loop around doesn't catch the Jake. It just puts him on the map wall. Putting him on the map wall means that he has to... It limits the choices of where he can go after basically the pallet stun.
Couldn't have done that.
So that little turnaround gets us a hit on him. Now we have our power. I could use my power to catch him, but I'm just going to catch him pretty quickly anyways. We'll just have to work for a dead hard because he might have it.
He gets that.
Cute little deception play. Claudette's back here. Alright. Put the Claudette on the hook, and then put the Jake on the hook, and that's GG's. Unless Jake has Unbreakable, in which case he'll get himself up. But I think he's probably running a deception build, so that would be like head on, Quick and Quiet, Deception, and maybe Iron Will. So, but good game.
I should have put the pallet out earlier. It would have been safe.
Very good game. And just goes to show, you don't need gen control on Oni. You just need info perks. So we have 3 info perks in this build, and then Mono and Abuse, which gives us extra info by extending the length of one of our info perks as well. So, oh yeah, it could be Inner Strength, but if you had Inner Strength, you would expect him not to run a med kit. Either way, it's a fun build to run. It's not a very serious build. But yeah, GG's. Head on, Deception, Dance with me, and Quick and Quiet. That's a fun build. I really like the concept of that build. Oh, so when he jumped in the locker earlier, he actually didn't jump in the locker. I thought he was jumping in the locker because he had a Decisive Strike. But actually he was Deception. So he got a Deception off on us. But it was one of those things that I wasn't too interested in killing him that quickly anyway.